Right, listen up, petrol heads. This is the story of BMW, a company that knows a thing or two about building bloody good cars. It all started back in 1916 in Munich, Germany. Forget about cars for a second because BMW, or Bayerische Motoren Werke, started with engines. Airplane engines, to be precise. World War I was in full swing, and those flying machines needed some serious grunt. BMW's early engines were top-notch. They were powerful, reliable, and made a right racket. But when the war ended, nobody wanted airplane engines anymore. That's when BMW had to get creative. They started making motorcycles, and let me tell you, those bikes were quick. The R32, launched in 1923, was a game-changer. It had a flat twin engine mounted sideways, a design that's still used by BMW Motorrad today. But BMW wasn't content with just motorcycles. They had bigger ambitions. They wanted to build cars, proper cars that could give the likes of Mercedes-Benz a run for their money. In 1928, BMW acquired the Fahrzeugfabrik Eisenach, a car manufacturer that had a license to build a certain small car called the Dixie. This little car, renamed the BMW 315, was the start of something special. Now let's fast forward a bit to a time when things weren't so rosy. World War II was a dark chapter for everyone, including BMW. The company was ordered to produce aircraft engines for the German war effort. It's a part of their history that's often brushed under the carpet, and for good reason. But even during those difficult times, BMW's engineering prowess shone through. They developed some of the most advanced aircraft engines of the war, including the BMW 801 radial engine. This beast of an engine powered iconic aircraft like the Focke-Wulf VW-190 fighter plane. After the war, BMW's factories were in ruins. They were banned from producing aircraft engines, and their future looked bleak. But like a phoenix rising from the ashes, BMW found a way to rebuild. They started by producing pots and pans, essential goods in a post-war world. It wasn't glamorous, but it kept the lights on. By the early 1950s, BMW was back on its feet and producing motorcycles again. The R24, a small and affordable bike, was a hit in a Germany struggling to rebuild. But BMW hadn't forgotten its automotive ambitions. In 1952, they rolled out the BMW 501, a luxurious saloon aimed at taking on Mercedes-Benz. The 501, nicknamed the Baroque Angel for its flowing lines, was a bold statement. It was a car that screamed luxury and sophistication. But it was a tough sell in a market that was still recovering from the war. People needed practical cars, not opulent saloons. BMW needed a change of direction, and fast. They realized that focusing on small, economical cars was the way to go. The BMW Isetta, a tiny bubble car licensed from an Italian manufacturer, was just the ticket. It was cheap, cheerful, and incredibly fuel efficient. It might have looked a bit odd, but it saved BMW from financial ruin. The 1960s were a time of change for BMW. They had weathered the storm and were on the up. They introduced the new class models, a range of sporty and stylish sedans and coupes that laid the foundation for BMW's future success. But it was in 1975 that BMW truly struck gold. They launched the 3 Series, a car that would go on to become a legend. The first-generation 3 Series, known as the E21, was a compact, rear-wheel drive sports sedan that offered a perfect blend of performance, handling, and practicality. The 3 Series was an instant hit. It was the car that every driving enthusiast wanted. It was quick, it handled like a dream, and it had that certain something that made it stand out from the crowd. The 3 Series would go on to become BMW's best-selling model, and for good reason. It's the car that defines the brand. Section 5. Technological prowess, engines, handling, and innovation. Now let's talk tech, because BMW has always been at the forefront of automotive innovation. They were one of the first manufacturers to embrace turbocharging, squeezing out more power from smaller engines. And let's not forget about their legendary straight-six engines, those silky smooth powerhouses that are known for their power delivery and that unmistakable sound. But it's not just about engines. BMW has always been obsessed with handling. They were one of the pioneers of the driver's car, with a focus on perfect weight distribution, responsive steering, and a chassis that can handle anything you throw at it. And then there's iDrive, BMW's infotainment system. It's had its critics over the years, but you've got to admire BMW for trying to do something different. It's all about keeping the driver connected and informed without distracting them from the road ahead. Section 6. The art of the drive, design, philosophy, and aesthetics. Now, I know what you're thinking. BMWs all look the same, right? Well, you're not wrong, but there's a reason for that. BMW has a design philosophy that's all about evolution, not revolution. They stick to what they know works, refining and improving their designs over time. From the iconic kidney grille to the Hofmeister kink, that little flick at the back of the side window, BMWs have a distinctive look that's instantly recognizable. They're not flashy or over the top, but they have a timeless elegance that's hard to beat. And let's not forget about the interiors. BMWs are all about driver focus. Everything is laid out in a logical and intuitive way, with high-quality materials and a focus on comfort and support. Whether you're cruising down the motorway or carving up a mountain pass, BMWs are designed to make you feel special. Section 7. A legacy forged in motorsport, from Formula One to touring cars. BMW has a long and illustrious history in motorsport. They've raced everything from Formula One cars to touring cars, and they've won a lot of silverware along the way. They even had a brief foray into Formula One as an engine supplier, powering the Benetton team to a drivers' championship in 1996 with Damon Hill at the wheel. But it's in touring car racing where BMW has really made its mark. The E30 M3, a homologation special built for the racetrack, is a legend in the touring car world. It dominated championships around the globe, cementing BMW's reputation for building ultimate driving machines. And let's not forget about the Isle of Man TT. BMW motorcycles, ridden by some of the bravest racers on the planet, have conquered the treacherous mountain course multiple times. It's a testament to BMW's engineering prowess and their commitment to pushing the limits of performance. Section 8. Driving towards a greener future sustainability at BMW. Now I know what you're thinking, all this talk about performance and motorsport, it can't be good for the environment, right? Well, BMW is aware of its responsibility to reduce its environmental impact. They've been investing heavily in electric vehicles and sustainable technologies. The BMW i3, launched back in 2013, was a pioneer in the electric car market. It was a bold statement, a car that showed BMW was serious about electric mobility. And then there's the i8, a hybrid sports car that proved that sustainability and performance could go hand in hand. But it's not just about building electric cars. BMW is committed to reducing its carbon footprint across the board, from its manufacturing processes to its supply chain. They're even using recycled materials in their cars, which is something I never thought I'd see the day of. Section 9. The road ahead. BMW's vision for the future. So what does the future hold for BMW? Well, one thing's for sure, they're not resting on their laurels. They're continuing to innovate, to push the boundaries of what's possible in the automotive world. We're going to see more electric vehicles from BMW, that's for sure. They've already announced plans for an all-electric version of the 3 Series, and they're investing heavily in battery technology. And who knows, maybe one day we'll even see an electric M3. Now, that would be something special. But it's not just about electrification. BMW is also exploring autonomous driving technologies, connectivity, and artificial intelligence. They want to create cars that are not only sustainable but also intelligent and connected. Cars that can anticipate your needs and make your life easier. The road ahead for BMW is sure to be an exciting one. Fasten your seatbelts, folks, because it's going to be a wild ride.